Okay, my name is Chimaza. I'll be taking you through your course, the so-called children or child at risk. Child at risk. Let us go through your course outline. Of course, the program is Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, fine, and the course itself is known as Child at Risk in Early Childhood Settings. I want us to go to, there are some numbers there from 1, which is program, go to number 10. Go to number 10 on the course work. I mean, on the course aim. Are you there?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Your course is known as what?
Child at risk in early childhood.
Fine, that's it. Child at risk. Let me put it in the writing. Child at risk. Child at risk. Now, what's the aim of your course? Each and every course given to a student has an aim or has aims. So, in our course, they are saying it has this aim, which is to make you as students understand the aspects of guidance and counseling in children in the ECE. To make you as students or to make students understand the aspects of guidance. Aspect may I borrow or fit in another word to say the areas, to understand the areas of guidance. There are two areas there, guidance and counseling. Those two aspects or areas. You're supposed to understand them. What do they mean? And why guidance or why counseling in children in early childhood education. Now go down a little bit to number 12, which is talking about topics of study. The topics which you are supposed to learn. The first topic is guidance and counseling. Guidance and counseling. Remember, if we go back to the course aim, the main aim is to make you understand the areas of guidance and counseling, right? So the first topic itself is talking about guidance and counseling. We'll be looking very much or go deeper into counseling and guidance. No wonder down there below 1 we have put A, introduction to guidance and counseling. Roman numeral 1 is guidance and 2 is counseling. Now, let us go back to the course. The course itself. They are saying child at risk. A child is one. Can also mean a group of children belonging to a special or specific group. It's a group of children who are being put in one group, a certain kind of group. And that group is at risk. So our main task this morning or at this moment in time is to know or to find out who are these children who are at risk. Or who is this child who is at risk? The child is at risk. So we want to know. If you can go back to your phone, I've sent you an article. An article. The first article is talking about child at risk, and they've gone further to say the most vulnerable children. Who are they and why they are at risk? Who are they and why they are at risk? Again, I may also pose a question just similar to that one. Who are children at risk? Who are these children at risk? And the second question could also be why some children are likely to be more at risk than others. Why some children are likely to be more at risk than others. The third question would also be, how do you identify a child who is at risk? How can you identify? If a question comes in that manner, that is to say, you are looking for indicators of a child who is at risk. The indicators. Some signs to show that the child is at risk. Definitely on this one, we'll be looking at the possible behavioral indicators. The way how a child behaves can tell you that this child is at risk. And if you have identified those indicators, or if you have identified that a certain child or a certain group of children are at risk, now, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do?
I think you're supposed to help.
To help them. Fine. So be very much on those areas. Be very much on those areas. Now a question comes to you. Just an assumption. I want you just to try. Who is a child at risk? Oh, but before we go to that question, who is a child?
A child is a person who is under 5.
Who is under 5?
I mean 18.
Who is under 18? That is 18 years below. Under 18 years. Is that correct? Yes? Where did you get that one from?
Our government says that a person who is under 18 years old is a child.
Is a child. According to the government of Malawi. This is what my sister is telling me. So we have our friend from Zambia. She has agreed with you. 18 years below. But she's not a Malawian.
No, she wasn't sincere.
So Zambian government again is also in support of that.
Yes.
They borrowed from Malawian idea
No, I think they got it
from
from the UN.
the UN.
Yes, Malawi and Zambia, they both got it
From the UN. So that is to say the UN is saying somebody who is under below the age of 18 is a child. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. That's great. I didn't know, so I'm learning from you. Huh? I'm learning from you. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. I have something which I want us maybe to hear from, let me check. A child at risk. A child at risk. I'll read from this article a little bit. This article, with an heading, Child at Risk, the most vulnerable children. A child at risk, that child who is at risk is considered to be the most vulnerable child. If it's talking about children at risk, that is to say the most vulnerable children, the most vulnerable children. But who are they? Who are they? That's the question which could come to us. Let me read a little bit the introduction. They are saying, you have it, you have it. They are saying vulnerability of children. Children are considered to be vulnerable group in society. True or false? Children are considered to be a vulnerable group in society. So that is to say, each and every child is considered to be vulnerable. So this is recognized through special protection and care under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. So we can come back to what you say according to United Nations. Maybe you don't just want to tell us where you hear it from. So already have that knowledge. You mentioned about United Nations, right? Yeah, probably had some. Wonderful. So they are saying a child, every child is at risk and is vulnerable. And this is according to United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. United Nations, after having known that each and every child is at risk, they came up with their ideas to say we need to protect a child because a child is at risk. We should protect. And whosoever is going to tamper with the rights of a child is supposed to be punished. And maybe that one will reduce maybe the level of crimes that could be committed against or on the rights of a child or children. We thank United Nations. So a child is recognized to be anyone 18 years old or younger. So both of you were right to say a child is someone under the age of 18. Again, they have gone further to give an example of saying children who have lost or who are at risk of losing parental care are more critically vulnerable as they have lost or are at risk of losing those people who are primarily responsible for making decisions on their behalf. So that is to say, each and every child is supposed to be under parental care. Parental care. Had it been our teaching parenting class, probably I could say a lot on this one. I could even impose a question to say there's mentioned about the parental care. Who is a parent? Who is a parent? A parent could be described in so many ways. The one who has begotten you, who has given birth to you is your parent. The government itself could be a parent. Orphanages could be parents. Your aunt could be a parent. Foster homes could be parents. The list is endless. That, in short, it means somebody who gives you care. The one who provides care is your parent. Is your parent. Now, there are some instances whereby children, they do lack parental care. We have a lot of these children, especially if you go to homeless people. Those children who've been displaced by different calamities, like wars and natural catastrophes, can put a child to be homeless, can cause a child not to have parental care. I hope I'm making myself clear there. So such kind of children who have lost their parents, or who are at the risk of experiencing different problems because they don't have somebody to take care of them, those are the ones who are vulnerable, most vulnerable. So in short, we've heard about something about a child at risk. I don't know if there's any question before I go any further. Any question on that one before we proceed? Is there any question? A question again will come to you to say, can you tell me some of the factors that can cause a child to be at risk? Some of the factors that can cause a child to be at risk.
Death of parents.
Death of parents. Mm-hmm. Lack of parental care. Is it not very far from what our sister is telling us? I'm looking at the factors. Those things that can cause a child to be at a risk. Just say loss of the parent. If a child doesn't have a parent, therefore, should not have parental care. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Geographical setting of an area.
Geographical setting, that's environmental factor. Yes, environmental factor.
But there are some children who have parents, but the parents don't take care of the kids. Like, for example, the parents are drunkards.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really know what the children have eaten, or the children provide for themselves.
Fine, that's good. Mm-hmm. Another one. Another factor. Another factor. I'm looking for the factors that can put a child at risk.
Kind of phrase children are involved with. A child can come from a good family where they provide all care, but if he or she is associated with peers who have bad characters, then child can be at risk.
Okay. Yes, those are correct ones, but I also have a list here to say a child is taken to be at risk of various abuse or neglect if the child is at risk of suffering harm as a result of being subject to or exposed to or one or more of the following events: serious physical, emotional, or psychological abuse. They go further to give us sexual abuse and again domestic or family violence. They are also saying a child is at risk if is currently experiencing one or more of the events which I've just mentioned above. So those could be some of the factors. Those could be some of the factors. Now, what again I pose the question to say indicators of a child who is at risk. What would be the indicators? How can you identify that this child is at risk?
By looking at the behavior of the child.
Behavior. Yes, I talked about behavior. Behavior of a child. Yes, behavior of a child. And sometimes you may see some traits of withdrawing themselves probably from participating in different activities if they're in class or somewhere else with their peers. You talked about behavior. That's unexplained changes in behavior or personality. It's a good sign. And again, another sign, becoming withdrawn, they withdraw. The third one is seeming anxious, they're anxious. They become aggressive, lack social skills and has few friends. Poor bond or relationship with, if they have a parent or a guardian. They run away or going missing. These are indicators. They are indicators. They also sometimes they display low self-esteem. Forced marriage. So, having known who is a child at risk or children at risk, now we should be in a position to provide solutions. Right? That's the way out. That's the way how we can help such kind of children or a child who is under that predicament. And one of these solutions is through guidance and counseling. One of these solutions is to apply guidance and counseling. And this counseling can apply to both the victim, who is a child, as well as those people who are very close to a child, like parents, and this one again, you as students who are going to work with these children, you are also supposed to have a knowledge about guidance and counseling. What does it mean? What does guidance mean? And again, what does counseling mean? So this one takes us to our first topic, which is talking about guidance and counseling. I believe this is what topic number 1 is talking about. We couldn't just go straight to that one without knowing our course. What is it all about? Who is this so-called child who is at risk? Again, let me also add on to a number of those children who are at risk. I also posed a question: who is the most vulnerable? The most vulnerable could be those children with disabilities, the disabled children. These are the most vulnerable children. Of course, if we are to go by what United Nations is talking about, that each and every child is supposed to have his rights be respected or taken seriously. Yes, that's right. But amongst those children, there are some who are more vulnerable than others. The body aided. Body able. Body able children. Body able, I'm trying to say those people, in Jehovah, all of them, they are able, according to them, according to people's mind or idea, they are able to do ABC. But there are others who are not able, they are disabled. Their bodies are failing them to do some activities. These are the most vulnerable group of children. They are girls who are considered to be weak, more especially if probably you are coming from a poor family, you don't have somebody taking good care of you. They can be abused sexually, emotionally, physically. These are the most vulnerable group of people. What about the poor? If poverty has stricken in a family, you don't have anything to make feel you good, to make you feel good. Those people or those children are vulnerable. What about those children who have lost parents? They are also vulnerable. Again, a child whose rights are violated, they are also vulnerable. So the list goes on and on and on and on. I hope it's clear. I don't know if you have any question before we go to counseling and guidance, you can ask. Any question? No question. Okay. Let us hear. Guidance. Guidance. Who can try to explain to us, when you hear about the term guidance, what is it coming to your mind? guidance.
I think this is very difficult.
They also bring in the very same term, guiding children. Guidance. When you hear about guidance, what is it that comes into your mind?
Directing someone.
Hmm? Directing someone. Where are you directing that someone?
You can direct children who are at risk of like giving them right ways, giving or give solutions to their problem.
Okay, listen to this. Guidance. Guidance simply means a process of helping individuals to discover and develop their potentials. Helping individuals to discover and develop their potentialities, for personal happiness and social usefulness. It's a process of helping individuals to discover and develop their potentialities for personal happiness and social usefulness. Each and every human being has potentialities, but sometimes when you are a victim or you've been victimized because of different factors which I just mentioned earlier on when we are looking at the child at risk, you may feel to say, I don't have potentialities. Because you are in a predicament. You've been affected by what you're going through. To the extent whereby you stop believing in yourself. So if someone comes to you to tell you who you are and expose the potentialities which you have, probably you can stand up and then forge ahead. You stand up and forge ahead. So guidance is very helpful to individuals because it helps them to discover and even to rediscover. Discover and even to rediscover. To develop or even to redevelop their lost thought potentialities for both personal happiness as well as for social usefulness. That's guidance. Again, guidance can also be looked at as a program or service or services to individuals based upon the needs of each individual. That's what guidance is all about. It could also be a program or services to individuals based upon the needs of each individual and understanding of their environment. Understanding of their environment. And guidance is designed to help each individual to adjust to the environment and develop their abilities to set realistic goals and improve their goal programs and vocational choice. That's what guidance does. Guidance has a purpose. Guidance has a purpose. And some of the purposes of guidance are to assist people. To assist people. And I may borrow or substitute the word people and put a student, maybe like a primary school student or a secondary school student, and even a university student. Let us take somebody probably under the age of 80. So guidance, or the purpose of guidance is there to assist such kind of a student or a young guy or girl to do what? To understand and accept themselves and live effectively in society. Yes, she was abused or he was abused, but the moment guidance is brought to him or to her, he's going to understand and accept themselves and live effectively in society. That's the one purpose of guidance. Again, the second purpose of guidance is there to assist such kind of a young guy or student to do what? To explore and understand themselves so that they become self-directing individuals. Help them explore and understand themselves so that they become self-directing individuals. That's what guidance does. So the purpose of guidance again is there to assist such people cope with personal problems and concerns. It helps people to cope up with personal problems and concerns. Another purpose of guidance is also to assist people explore the interrelationship among their feelings and values and the perception of others. It helps people to explore the interrelationship among their feelings and values and the perceptions of others. And finally, another purpose of guidance is it assists or helps people to understand the world of work. To understand the world of work and the essential human needs. It helps people to understand the world of work and the essential human needs. three major components, namely vocational, educational, and personal social guidance. That's educational, vocational, personal social guidance. Like for the first one, the educational guidance. What is it all about? Educational guidance. Educational guidance is there to lead learners to the right educational path. There are some people, or there are some children who are struggling with their education because of different or various reasons. Because of different or various reasons. They are struggling with their education. But if they are being given guidance, or if they are being guided, the guidance will help them to choose the right educational path. That's the advantage of educational guidance. Take for instance, if a child or a student who is in Form 4 is failing to make the right choices of which program he's supposed to pursue once he or she graduates from secondary education. So the moment guidance is being given to him or to her, that one is going to assist that particular student or pupil in their choices and adjust to the school's curriculum and school life in general. That's on education guidance. Why do you think educational guidance is important? Why do you think so? Educational guidance is important.
Can help students to choose wisely their careers.
That is correct. Let me add on to what you have just said. Educational guidance is important in that it helps students to pursue the right type of education, to pursue the right type of education. It helps students to pursue the right type of education. And this is very important even to the society. Because by the end of the attainment of whatever level that student is going to have, whatever he has obtained or she has obtained will reflect back to the society. He's a learned person, yes, but is going to help others in the society. No wonder they're saying educational guidance helps students to pursue the right type of education. So in this way, the students are motivated to maximize their contribution to the society. Wapunzira, you've obtained a degree, you've obtained certain kind of knowledge, and that knowledge, definitely, you are going to apply it or to contribute to the development of a society. Again, educational guidance is there to assist the students to make informed decisions about their educational path. It assists students to make informed decisions about their educational path. That is to say, where each course leads to or may lead to. Another importance of educational guidance, it facilitates smooth transition for students from home to school, when we say from home to school, we should start from maybe kindergarten to primary, and from primary to secondary, and then finally from secondary to post-secondary education. And from post-secondary education to the world of work. So, educational guidance, it facilitates smooth transition for students from home to school. And when we say from home to school, we have started from kindergarten to primary education, from primary education to secondary education, and from secondary education to post-secondary education, and from post-secondary education to the world of work. To the world of work. Again, educational guidance is there to assist the students or people to cope with examination anxiety. If students are being guided nicely, they will not fear to fail. They will not fear to fail. Definitely, if they have been well guided, they will carve for higher grades. Another importance of educational guidance is it helps students develop good staff habits. Students are assisted to improve their competencies in reading, note taking, and even academic achievement. So, education guidance helps students develop good study habits. And finally, educational guidance is important because it provides students with meaningful educational experiences. It provides students with meaningful educational experiences. That is to say, students are able to relate the school curriculum to occupations. They are able to relate the school curriculum to occupations. don't know if there is any question. Is there any question? Is there any question? Any question? Palifuso. Before we cross over to another type of guidance. Do you have any question? No question. Is it clear? Are you sure? Okay, fine. Let us go to another component of guidance, which is vocational guidance. Vocational guidance, which is also known as career guidance. Career guidance. You know, sometimes children or people end up fitting themselves in the fields which are not fit for them simply because they missed this kind of guidance. Probably you ended up to be a teacher, whilst you were not to be a teacher, because you missed this type of guidance. You've ended up to be a nurse or in the medical profession, whilst you are not supposed to be there, and you start lamenting, crying, had I known, blah, blah, blah. Start cursing yourself simply because you missed this component, the so-called vocational or career guidance. Now, vocational or career guidance, what is it all about? This one has been defined as a process of helping individuals to cope. To choose, not to cope, to choose an occupation. It's a process of helping individuals. A process. That is to say, it keeps on moving from point A to point B, from point B to point C to point another point, up until you reach the final point. So it's a process of helping individuals to choose an occupation. The moment you have chosen an occupation, then you need to prepare for it. To choose an occupation, then prepare for it, and enter upon it, and finally progress in it. Walk. So vocational guidance, the process of helping individuals choose an occupation, prepare for it, enter upon it, and progress in it. What could be the importance of this? Type of guidance, vocation or career. importance of this type of guidance is it places talent. It places talent where it is needed. You have a talent in science. But they have misplaced you, or you have misplaced your talent. You've put it somewhere else where it is not in line with the science. You are lost. And you remain to regret the rest of your life. But put the talent which you have in the right place where it is needed or where it will be needed. So the student is assisted to make the best possible vocational choice. Previously, in those years, in schools, these people from different ministries, from different public sectors or private sectors, they were visiting schools to come and sell their ideas, pertaining to making choices. If you are good at maths, they could visit in schools to encourage you to go for choices that are in line with mathematics. If you are good in sciences, they could come and tell you which choices are you supposed to pursue the moment you graduate from secondary school. And even in secondary school, in university, if you go to university, they will come. You are doing probably engineering. There are companies like Pew, which assembled cars, board of cars. They will come and then sell their expertise. Guys, the moment you graduate from here, from Polytechnic, can you join us? Can you go to blah 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 organization or company? That is to say, they were placing that talent where it was needed, but not this time around. People are lacking this, and because of lack of this expertise, they end up lamenting. Another importance of vocational or career guidance. This one strengthens the education system in providing motivation and meaning. It strengthens the education system in providing motivation and meaning. That is to say, it ensures that the student's education, curriculum, and extracurricular activities are useful and will culminate into something worthwhile someday. Yes, that's very true. Career guidance or vocational guidance. It ensures that the student's education, the education the student is pursuing today, if he's going to be assisted on which area is he supposed or is she supposed to pursue soon after here, it will culminate into something worthwhile tomorrow. or someday. So that is to say, the students are encouraged to make maximum use of all educational opportunities, since these may lead to things that will be beneficial to their lives tomorrow. Another importance of vocational guidance or career guidance, it adds security to the nation. It adds security to the nation. The nation adds security also to schools and even to the student, in that all these look to the future with confidence. The nation, the schools, the students, all these look to the future with confidence. That is to say, the student is helped to develop the ability to have control over his or her future. That's the advantage or the importance of vocational or career guidance. As this is not enough, it also provides information about occupational opportunities. You're quite sure the moment I'll finish whatever I'm doing, I have the information about the occupational opportunities. That is to say, students become aware of the world of work and the range of available opportunities that exist in the environment. You've been guided, you've been given the right path when it comes to the choices of where you're supposed to go and work. You were guided some time back. You know where you go to. Someone who did not career of my university and didn't know like this. Where this is early childhood development, definitely can be born. But the they start selling their activities. If you remember, in line with whatever you're studying here. My holidays, my NGOs, they'll tell you likewise. We're doing or we're providing the following activities in our organization. The moment you be on a holiday, you go and join them, practicals. So by the time you'll be finishing already, you've known where you end up. Should I go to Ministry of Gender? Should I go to this organization? Should I go to that organization? The choice is yours. Because already you were guided some time back. So you've been provided with the information about occupational opportunities. So you are aware of the world of work and the range of available opportunities. The opportunities were just plenty. They were just available. That's the advantage or the importance of vocational career guidance. Again, career guidance is important because it encourages students in their decision-making process. Career guidance or vocational guidance encourages you students to do what? To make on how to make decisions. On how to make a decision or on how to make decisions. That's the importance of vocational guidance. It encourages you. So the decision on the type of life a student would like to lead depends on his or her interest. The type of life you want to lead depends on your interest, on your values, on your beliefs, abilities, skills, and what have you. Again, vocational or career guidance assists students to know themselves and their environment. Career guidance helps students to know themselves and their environment. That is to say, a student is helped to understand himself or herself in terms of interest, potential skills, abilities in relation to the world of work. You are aware. You are aware about yourself. And this is in line with the way how we perform. Vocational or career guidance helps students to cope with a variety of problems in the environment. It helps students to cope with a variety of problems in their environment. And you know what? Since the society in which the students live is constantly changing, they have to be in line with the change itself. Career guidance again helps students to understand the problems of unemployment. You'll be in a position to know the problem of unemployment because of the career guidance. And you also be able to know its causes. Why there are no employments? What is the cause of this? You'll be in a position to know because you've been guided on the career. And finally, the vocational career guidance assists students to understand the process of making choices and the possible consequences of the choices. Career guidance will do what? Will assist students to understand the problems of unemployment and some of its causes. Say about that. Any question on career guidance? Yes.
You mentioned that career guidance helps it adds security to ordination, school, and student. How does it add security?
That's point number 3.
Yes.
It adds security to the nation, school, and the student, in that all these, the school, the student, and the nation, look to the future with confidence. security. You know for sure, if you are a student, they have come to guide you on what you're supposed to go to soon after graduation. You know for sure that. Take for instance, I've just mentioned that probably Minister of Gender, they have a department which deals with the child. They'll come to deploy you, to take you or to pick you, to go to Denza, to go to wherever you go to, and work, and do your practicals. And you know for sure, this year they've taken you, whilst you're in probably first year. Comes the second year, they do likewise. Third year, they do likewise. And the fourth year, you're quite sure you have secured a job. That's job security. And when you have secured a job, and even the government itself will know for sure we have somebody who has secured a job. We will not have problems, maybe of deploying other people. Already we have somebody. So you're quite assured, the government is quite assured we have somebody who works for us. We're talking in terms of job security. I don't know if I'm answering your question. Chuma kuna kwa mimi na job security, kama kani manda, and already you know company what's at your way. Not you wanting them, but they wanting you. You are safe. The nation again is safe. The nation has trained you. They know for sure this one is ours. It's not going to Botswana soon after school. The moment you go to Botswana, they have lost you. Your expertise will be benefited by Botswana people or Botswana government. But the moment you have finished from here, straight you go, you secure a job. The government is safe, yourself, you are safe. And again, who else is safe? They have mentioned about nation. Nation is safe, school is safe, and even yourself is safe. Even the school will be proud. How many people have graduated from this course? We had 10. Out of those 10, they have secured a job. But the college will be disappointed if they'll get information to say, this year we have managed to send out of this college 100 students. Out of those 100 students, how many people did they manage to secure jobs? Only 5, 95, no jobs. They start asking themselves, should we say our papers are not, the papers we offer are not powerful to give them opportunities to play? Can you hear that? So the moment you secure a job, not only you will be happy, the nation will be happy, the school which trained you will also be happy. I hope I've answered my question. Your question. Okay, let us go to the last component, which is what? Personal. First of all, let me say this. Each and every human being is a social being. What do I mean? Yes, is a social being. You, I, your friend there, our friend there, we are social beings. What does that mean? Yes, we are talking about interaction. No man is an island. We need one another in one way or the other. Only a mad person, a lunatic person, upstairs there is not okay. Who distance himself from normal people. But again, those people, they have their own world. They associate with each other. One means actually normal people. He or she goes somewhere else. She's talking there by himself. She's not alone. There are others. I mean, don't think he's alone. That one is not alone. If you remember that story from the Bible which talked about, what's your name? We are many. Tiliambi, Chikam. Do you remember that story from the Bible?
Yes.
When Jesus Christ made that a man was demon possessed.
Yes.
What's your name? Well, Legion. Legion. Do you know Legion? Legion is, I think, 1,000 people. Legion, a legion. 1,000. That is to say, many. So each and every human being is a social, needs to socialize. He's not alone. You are not alone. So here they're talking about the personal and social guidance. There are some people who don't like to be with others. They're antisocials. They don't associate with others. But you're encouraged to associate with others. Because the moment you associate with others, I will learn from you. The moment I will interact with you, I will learn 2 things from you, or more than 2, and you also learn some things from me. If you gather together here, we'll learn some things from each one of us here. And we can probably call this is what kind of a relationship with this. It's not parasitic, it's symbiotic kind of. It's interdependent. We depend on one another. It's a kind of relationship which is encouraged. So there is this personal and social guidance. What is it all about? This one is a process of helping an individual on how to behave with consideration of other people. The moment you interact with others, you need to consider others. Don't be selfish. It's a process of helping an individual on how to behave with the consideration of other people. The moment you interact with others, you need to also think about them. Don't just think about yourself. This one helps an individual to behave with others. By doing that, you improve the quality of life in the society. If you consider, you think about others, definitely, it will be like improving the quality of life in the society. People not complain about you. At the moment you interact with Mr. So-so or Agnes or Joyce, I feel out of place. You exert pressure on your friend or others. They start complaining about you. You cause life to be tough for them. Okay, let me read a little something which is in line with this one. They're saying there are many problems that youth face today. Is that true or not? True. A lot of problems that youth face today. And these problems, they emanate from their poor relationships with others. And or by involving themselves in activities not acceptable by the society, such as alcohol, prostitution, and tobacco, just to mention a few. Just to mention a few. So if it's happening in schools, they say teachers need to know some of these problems and their underlying causes so that they are able to assist the students to refrain from practicing some of them, debilitating habits or practices. More especially at the age of adolescence. This is a crucial or critical stage in life. That's why they have brought this one. They have brought it deliberately. So, under this personal and social problem, there are common problems and their underlying causes. They are encouraging the relationship, good relationship, right? This is what we have heard. Now they are saying sometimes the relationship cannot be there because of some problems, and these are common. Could be friends, your peers, that can contribute to such kind of problems, which one can face, can disturb, to have a relationship with others. Could be people, your friends as well, bad company, and so on and so forth, just to mention a few. So they're saying these problems and their underlying causes are described here, like stress. Sometimes it's because of stress. Stress can cause you not to have this one, personal and social relationship. They are saying stress is any circumstance that is threatens or is seen to threaten one's well-being. A good example is stress. Another one is peers. They are mentioning some problems that can disturb personal or social relationship. Again, another one is problems in the family. Can also disturb the relationship which was supposed to be there. Problems in the family. A dad and a mom akuyamba. Mabido ake zikwazo kupanga so interrupt disturb you when we go to school. Uganze, you're thinking about whatever is taking place back home. You not have friends. You not associate with your friends simply because you'll be thinking about whatever your mom is going through or your dad is going through. So problems in the family. I've mentioned about problems with peers. Like this, the problems in the family, that is to say, parents are the most important social support. True or false? Yes, parents are the most important social support available to the youth. However, there is a social network of problems that the youth will come in contact with in a family, such as problems including the following one: parental disapproval. Sometimes even parents, you want to go outing with your friends. the parents will stand in front of you. They'll block you not to go. Are you going to be in a good terms with your parents?
No.
Makola kudziwa don't go out. Mukupita kutura kanje, mukabwera ku Giant 1 a.m. kuchoka 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It's really more big actually. You're not going out. Wakale kwa usankha chimodzi. Either usapite or wakale upite ukene musabwere zokumpanga pa. Basi mwene para uina kulowera. Sometimes we're talking about family problems or problems in the family. Competing with siblings. Kuyamba na mukanoka. Lack of parental support. You want ABCD. You are asking that from your parent, but the parent that tells you, I don't have money. Wabuya. Conflict with step parents. Banja wewe mja baba wako ni mai yako. Kapena mwino dango bado amai yanangu kutenga mwina kwa Yesu. Kena makuza kwa tiyo. Kapena bambo na osu mwina kwa nyamata yao. Had a child. And he has taken that child on board. He marries. Amai ya nyumba hapa napo. You are not in good terms. Conflict with step parents. Sometimes unfair punishment. So common problems, these are examples of common problems. Stress or anxiety, then problem in the family, there is this problem with peers. On peers, let me read a little bit. The peer group is an important source of information. Peer group, the peer group can impact you positively or negatively. The peer group which talks about or which is very much on doing good things, you also benefit from that group. You also start doing good things. The bad peer group which indulges in drugs and alcohol, humanizing, or prostitution, you also fall onto that side. So if peers are not guided well by fellow peers and adults, they are vulnerably at risk of the following problems. 1, drug and alcohol abuse, feeling of inferiority, conflict of wanting to be accepted by friends. You don't smoke. So your friends, they are telling you, if you want to be with us, you want to move with us, then you should start doing like whatever they're doing, likewise. You'll be forced. Because you want to be like your friends. Timas will also be born. Tabitha, you can be my witness. Right? Some students, they come here, they are good students, but because they have found their friends here who are doing ABCD, they fall short. If it's good, they'll be good. If it's bad, they tend to be bad people. And they start regretting later on, had I known what made me to indulge in that group. Peers. Any question? I don't know if there's any question. If you have any question, if you don't have any question, then let us stop here for today. I don't know if there is any question. Any question, you can pause. If you don't have any question, is there any question?